His father, Mr. Roberts, had been a paint and body man his entire life, and at that time he was in his 60s. And he came from the era where you didn't go down to the store and buy parts. He made parts. He made it. If you needed a fender, he would build a fender. And he knew the process of what they did in the 40s and 30s and 50s of leading. So I learned from him, like you used to do, like an apprenticeship. I learned some of the traits, skills that are lost today, using lead, hand rubbing lacquer paint jobs, welding techniques, brazing. Nobody brazes today. They use TIGs and MIGs, but we had to hand braze in those days. Things that I've learned over the years that I guess gives me an advantage today, because I lived through the 50s, I lived through the 60s, I lived through the 70s, and each one of those generations of automobiles I learned from. So I got the big finned cars and 57, 55 Chevys and Thunderbirds, and those hot rod cars. My friend had a 55 Chevy in high school, and we drove that around, to pick up girls. In the 60s, we did muscle cars. We built all the muscle cars, and we raced them, and we learned about those. In the 70s, a whole new generation of Z28s and things like that, and 80s and 90s and now 2000s. But I've lived through 50 different years of automobile changes. So it gives me a wealth of information and understanding of the mindset of how people think about automobiles.